Close your eyes for a breath and consider the power that moves when you imagine. Feel your shoulders drop, your jaw unclench, your breath lengthen as you attend to that inner scene. Notice how the body follows the mind's lead, as if it has always known the way home. Your imagination is not idle. It is the place where cause begin. It is the living center from which your world proceeds. What you hear within becomes what you hear without. What you picture within becomes what you hold in your hands. What you accept within becomes what accepts you in return. Ask yourself, what am I assuming right now? Can I sense the state behind my words? Am I willing to dwell in the end before the middle appears? Open a quiet loop with me now, and let it stay open for a while. Within the next 24 hours, expect a small, personal proof that your imaginal act is seeded. It may be ordinary, subtle, and precise enough that only you would recognize it. Do you feel a gentle lift in the chest as you let that possibility in? Can you allow a slight smile as if something has already shifted? Would you breathe the way you breathe when the answer lands? Imagination is not elsewhere. It is your awareness shaping itself into form. It is the divine action taking place as your very thought and feeling. If you long to hear back from someone, hear them now. Let the tone be warm, the timing natural, the words simple and right. Feel how your shoulders respond to being understood. How would the room feel if the message had come? Would you sit differently, stand differently, move with less effort? Where would the breath rest when the tension has dissolved? Live from the end, not toward it. Return again and again to the feeling that says it is done. Let your senses report the past while you occupy the cause. When doubt asks how, answer with a softer question. What does it feel like now that it's done? Where in my body is completion already speaking? You are not forcing the outer. You are consenting inwardly. You are letting the deeper law do what it always does. Consider the quiet art of revision. If a day ends without the confirmation you prefer, rewrite it before sleep. See the day close with the message received and the relief already lived. Do you see how simple this can be? Can you notice the impulse to check and replace it with the impulse to feel? Will you choose the end instead of the timeline? Hold steady when appearances lag. They are echoes, not commands. They are yesterday's imaginal weather passing across today's sky. Faith is not noise. Faith is a settled posture of the mind. Faith says, I have it because I am it, and then rests. If this voice serves you, you can subscribe for more of it, then return to your inner scene without fuss. Let your inner speech match your chosen state. Speak as one who knows, gently and without strain. Let your words be few and full. Silence is not avoidance. Silence is custody of power. Silence keeps the seed in the soil. Ask yourself, what am I watering with attention? Am I feeding the end with a question? Do I love my desire enough to stop arguing with it? The world is yourself pushed out. Every reply is your own state answering, clothed as people and events. Every door that opens was hung by an assumption. Feel the texture of completion in your hands. Notice the slackening of the neck when the worry releases its grip. Taste the ordinary sweetness of a day that already worked out. You do not chase the bridge of incidents. You allow it to form under the weight of your conviction. You walk it step by step as it appears. Have you noticed how people read your state more than your words? Have you seen how a calm center changes a room? Would you like your world to mirror that steadiness? Breathe in for a count that feels kind. Let the exhale be a little longer than the inhale. Allow the exhale to carry away the old story. Call to mind a simple scene that implies the end. A phone set down with a quiet yes in your chest. A routine task done with the ease that follows good news. Keep the scene short and loopable. Keep it sensory and natural. Keep it faithful and alive. When a thought intrudes, do not wage war. Thank it. Let it pass. and return to your chosen feeling. This is not struggle, this is selection. Ask softly, who am I in this scene? Am I the one who waits or the one who has? Which identity do I clothe with feeling? Choose the identity that already owns the end. Wear it without apology or haste. Let it inform your tone, tempo, and touch. The law is impartial and intimate. It returns what you persist in assuming. It arranges means without asking your permission. Do you need the method to be complicated, to trust it? Or can you let simplicity be your proof? What if the quietest move is the strongest? Consider the wisdom of entering rest before result. Rest is not the reward. Rest is the root. Rest is agreement with the done. If a story about delay appears, revise its ending. See the clock relax and the path shorten. Feel the outcome pull you instead of you pushing it. Let your actions emerge from state, not from fear. When it is done within, the next step feels obvious and light. You do the natural thing that belongs to the new you. How would you answer a friend who asks if you've heard back? You might smile and say it's handled. You might change the subject because your heart is already at rest. Guard your inner speech like a sacred garden. Do not let complaint trample the tender shoots. Do not let gossip harvest what you just sowed. When disappointment knocks, open with kindness, but do not host it. Acknowledge its message, then escort it to the door. Return to the table where your end is already set. Can you feel the difference between waiting and welcoming? Waiting postpones the good. Welcoming assumes the guest has arrived. When the mind asks for a timeline, offer it a feeling instead. Timelines are for clocks, and fulfillment is for consciousness. You live in the present tense of completion. If you speak scripture to yourself, let it be the kind that stills. Be still and know is a practice, not a slogan. Knowing is a state, and you can sit in it now. Let your body become an ally to the state. Soften the belly that clenches in uncertainty. Unround the shoulders that learn to brace. Straighten without stiffness, grounded yet light. Let the face soften as if someone just brought good news. Let the breath fall into a slower cadence that signals safety. Your senses will learn a new master. They will report back what you persist in being. They will catch up to your conviction. Do you remember a time something clicked before the world had time to notice? That is the pattern you are practicing now. Because first, effect follows, as it always has. You need not make announcements while the seed is rooting. Let silence be your greenhouse. Let quiet be your climate control. The temptation to peak is the habit of the old state. Smile at it and return to feeling finished. You will not miss what belongs to you. If an old story tries to recruit you, decline politely. Say, I have a new assignment. Say, I work for completion now. What if you treated this desire as already customary? What if relief was your default instead of your reward? What would you do differently by 1% today? When the past proposes evidence, answer with presence. This breath is newer than any argument. This moment is undefeated and yours to fill. Practice gratitude as a sensation, not a performance. Let it show up as warmth in the sternum and ease in the spine. Let it stay without you narrating it to anyone. Can you feel the lightness after a decision that needs no witness? Can you allow your life to be a quiet accumulation of proofs? Will you let your inner court be the only court that matters? Time will volunteer once you stop drafting it. Means will volunteer once you stop auditioning them. People will volunteer once you stop arguing with your good. You are not bending others. You are selecting the role they play by who you are being. You are leading by state, not script. If you forget during the day, forgive quickly in return. A short return many times beats a long struggle once. Make returning your craft. Even the smallest proof counts. A phrase overheard, a symbol repeated, a door held at the perfect moment. The state speaks in 1,000 dialects. Have you noticed how often the right thing looks ordinary? Grace loves familiar clothes. Miracles prefer the side door. You can test this kindly on something simple. Assume a modest scene, live in it, and watch the drift of events. Let the ease teach you how to carry larger ends. When evening comes, enter the state akin to sleep with intention. Let the body be heavy while the mind becomes specific. Climb into the end like a well-worn coat. Feel the naturalness of having. Do not force images, accept sensations. Let the scene play once or twice and fade as you do. Night work is gentle work. The soil is open, the gate is unguarded, the seed goes deep. You give the order and rest. If an argument wakes with you, meet it with a finished feeling. Answer the how with a smile in your breath. Decline the when with the posture of already. You do not owe the world a progress report. You owe your desire a consistent home. Guard that home with quiet habits. Would you like a rule of thumb you can keep? Assume it, feel it, and speak less than you usually do. Act only from the state that owns the end. Your future is not a negotiation with fate. It is alignment with identity. It is matching outer picture to inner name. Call yourself the one who receives easily. Call yourself the one whose timing is perfect. Call yourself the one whose silence is strong. You can be humble and sure at once. You can be grateful and expectant at once. You can be quiet and creative at once. This is the ancient craft in modern clothes. This is prayer without pleading and action without strain. This is creation by consent. As the day unfolds, let the open loop continue without pressure. You are not hunting signs. You are noticing what matches. Small, precise, personal. Those are the fingerprints of your state. And when that small confirmation arrives, receive it without fireworks. Let it settle into your bones like something unsurprising and right. Close your eyes for a second and whisper, "Of course." Close the loop now by acknowledging the order behind the ordinary. You asked within, you accepted within, and the world complied in its quiet way. You have proof enough to persist. From here, widen your application with the same kindness. Money, messages, health, favor, the nouns change, the law does not. You assume, you feel, you allow, you live. If someone doubts, you do not argue. You bless them with your steadiness and keep your garden fenced. You let your life answer for you in season. What if the state you choose today becomes the culture of your life? What if ease replaces effort as your method? What if gratitude becomes the language your world understands? Carry yourself like one who has arrived. Move with the unhurried rhythm of sufficiency. Let quiet victories accumulate. When you need to act, the step will be simple and near. It will feel like the next true thing, not a rescue mission. Your action will smell like alignment, not fear. And if you falter, you are still safe. Return before you explain. Select before you solve. Before sleep tonight, revise anything that contradicts your end. Seal the day with a scene that matches your name. Give your subconscious a single clear order and rest. You are the operant power here. You are the author and the finisher. You are the cause that smiles as effects arrive. Type wealth unlocked. Now breathe once more and watch how the room feels different. The light is the same, but your seeing has changed. And because your seeing has changed, the scene must follow. Let the world be as faithful to you as you are to your inner choice. Let silence be your bravest ally and peace be your proof. Let the next ordinary hour carry an extraordinary ease. There is nothing to chase. There is only something to accept. There is only someone to be, you, the one who imagines and therefore becomes, the one who accepts and therefore receives,